Very toneless market today. Small losses, relatively speaking. Minus 1525 in the 250K portfolio in live trading. Hypotheticals minus 1347.50. The 50K portfolio minus 600 on 2 micros. A lot different than the hypotheticals. The hypotheticals are based on 20% of an E-mini. And there were some different signals in the micro than there were in the E-mini. So there were some differences there. And the reason it wasn't based on slippage, the difference wasn't based on slippage 100%, but it was based on different signals in the micros versus the minis. And we started in a drawdown. We had some overrides as well as far as short trades, getting out close to profit targets instead of giving a lot back on some trades. So our live results on the week are minus 3,800. On the month, it's minus 3,750. We came in, I guess, up $50 on the month, and we had a good Tuesday. Monday was a holiday, and then 3 days in a row of down days. And so Wednesday was gave back most of Tuesday's gains, and then Thursday, Friday just chop. And so 25,050 on the year is a live result, about up 10%, and hypothetical end of day drawdown about $20,000. So we're in a pretty good place, considering that our monthly results are minus 3,750, while the hypothetical end day drawdown is minus 20,000. We've done well mitigating losses mainly by starting on a drawdown. And so let's look at the portfolio calculator as well. Here's the portfolio calculator through yesterday. This is the stock index with the SR counter trend. Let's look at the stock index E-mini, and it is sitting right there, 19,515, 22,177.50. Drawdown this month just has not. We're at 11 minus 11,592.50. After today, it'll be minus 13,000. And so it's just been a lackluster month and really a lackluster year so far. The price action is really contracted, and you can see that intraday, just narrower ranges, less trends. And so February is a weird month. It only has 28 days. This week is a weird week with only four-day week with the holiday on Monday. Seem to have a lot of holidays, and then we get a lot of news events lately related to inflation. We had PCE today, and that came out supposedly as a surprise. Not a surprise to me. I anticipated that, but the market. We talked about yesterday how this probably one of the most dishonest, I guess if you call it, market being wrong moves. Some people say the market is never wrong, and as a short-term trader in that moment, you kind of have to trade that way if the market's never wrong, because you want to be on the right side of the trade. But this was obviously just one of the weirdest moves. Very few strategies even captured this. It's a very large stealth move relative to the range, and it just seems to be a program involved in the market right now where every sell-off is bought back. Every sell-off is bought back. This sell-off is bought back, and this was one of the more extreme ones. This one should have stuck down here. And so overnight, the market gave all this back, and then on PCE, it sold off, and then it bounced back during the day, and it closed near yesterday's lows. So this was a legitimate move, but the market treated it like a mean reversion price action and fought back. That's the S&P right here. This is the NASDAQ. Same thing. Rallied up here, sold off, gave it back because this was illegitimate move, and then PCE came out. And so the market was not, I would say the market's not really down on PCE. I think it was down because this move was false. And so it created a big gap down. And then today's trading was just range bound. Chop, fighting against the news event. Once again, this algorithm in the market seems to be fight against sell-offs. And so short fighting, sell-off fighting, whatever you have, it's also narrow ranges intraday. And so February's just been weird with this price action, kind of a denial of what seems to be truthful as far as the fundamentals and the overall trend in the market. And you can see a lot of bullish dialogue, but not in the end. You know, the year closed, I guess, right in here. December closed right in there and had this up move and working on giving it all back. And so not really, just more dialogue than reality, in my opinion. And so we've tried to join the long side, and it hasn't worked out so well. And so try to join the short side, but that's difficult as well. But we are up on the year 10%. So let's look at the trades on the day. Let's look at the market internals as well. You constantly see this propping up. You can almost see this coming. I continuously work on ways to capture these bounces. It's very hard to find a way to capture these reversal rallies off the lows because they're not consistent. You can almost see them unfolding intraday, but a consistent pattern is hard to find. From a trading systems perspective, there is a pattern I've found since the beginning of the year that works really well, buying it when it's down around noon. And then historically it works sometimes to buy it when it's down around noon, but longer term, it doesn't seem to be a good pattern longer term. And then it takes out the highs and then it rolls over. You see that a lot as well. And so just a choppy, and then here's the NASDAQ. It's just range bound. At the end of the day, it just pops again. And just sideways congestions followed by pops and then rollovers and then pops. Just a market that's difficult to trade and capture any real movement. Let's look at the trades on the day. Covered three trades in a row we've lost. This has had a good run, and it was near equity peaks and lost here on the long side, then lost on the short side. The market just fights its gap, really. So it gaps up, it sells off, it gaps down, it tries to support it. Momentum reversal. Lost on that reversal yesterday. This one, I believe, should have been a winner. This market should have rolled over. It rallied up here to our stop loss. That was a frustrating move yesterday, and then to see it open up down here where it was supposed to be is, so we did get the long trade today. Not a lot of follow through on the long side. And NASDAQ strategies. Tick count trend, the first trade was a winner. The next two were losers. Covered three, just no follow through. Short trade with no follow through. Small gain. Tick reversal 2023. Just you can see there's nothing really to trade. Just a very narrow range here. Tick reversal. Same thing. Short trade. EVP1. Try to catch the long at the end of the day. No follow through. Momentum reversal. NASDAQ up 765. So the big winners on the day really are the momentum reversals. But there's not enough price movement to really capture a big move, and so we can't cause the market to have a big range or a tradable movement. We can only try to capture it if it happens, and so not a lot of tradable price action lately in these markets. These were some nice trends yesterday, but difficult to capture because the mechanics behind those trends were not typical. The way it reversed that like that is not typical. So once again, these are the trades on the day for Friday, holiday shortened week, February the 24th, 2023. I do want to show you one more thing, is here's the portfolio calculator once again. I do want to show you some potential updates I'm working on. These are news strategies. I have an opening chop strategy that I showed on YouTube, and I've modified that into 3 different strategies that trade the open. And then I've further modified it to trade on FOMC minutes, CPI, and on Mondays and Tuesdays. And so this is what this equity curve looks like going back a few years on this one. This variation looks like this. Let me pull it in here. It's got some good recent performance, more choppy equity curve. It trades more frequently. And then on this one, these use some different market internals, trend and trend SP. And you can see this equity curve has a higher average trade profit. So I spent a lot of time during the day studying these markets, studying reversals, studying V reversals, studying choppy markets, and I test a lot of things. A lot of things I test don't work, and so you don't hear about it. And so this is one of the things that I have tested that looks pretty good. This is the 3 news event versions, and I have these same 3 strategies that trade the open. They can trade the open on any day, but they trade all day on CPI, FOMC minutes, Mondays, and sometimes on Tuesdays. So that is something to watch out for. I may be adding those to the portfolio calculator soon. Still testing those and looking for a potential of a market environment that chops more than it trends. Hey, David Bean here. Welcome to Capstone Trading Systems YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe to join our community of algorithmic traders. We are real money traders. We share our winning streaks, we share our losing streaks, as well as market updates, strategies, and coding tips.